Welcome to a special Wednesday episode of Talking Iowa Hawkeye Sports. We're here to discuss mainly the men's game tonight, but we got year-end awards to give out. Our version, got a new football running back coach. And I'm sure Calvin's going to bring up the women's USA team with Caitlin Clark today. Are you bringing that up, Calvin?
I figured we were going to talk about that, but
yeah,
I didn't have them in my news. I got three news things and then a little something I want to say. But
okay,
but you bring up Caitlin if you want to. So.
All right. So first of all, guys, as usual, hit that subscribe button. It's right there in front of you. Don't forget to hit that. Hit the like button. Leave some comments. We've got some regular people who like to leave some comments regularly after the show's ended. I always enjoy them, and there's some good stuff there. And Rick sometimes leaves comments after the show. You guys all recognize Rick. Kyle is a little under the weather. He hopes to be here on Sunday night when we talk brackets and stuff. But in the meanwhile, we've got Rick, because Rick will fill in and just do just nicely. And you guys know that Jason and Paul are taking some time off from the show. But I bet they'll be back in time for football, or maybe even a couple of special football episodes we'll do this spring.
We put Rick on to draw in all the good-looking young women.
That's good. All righty. Calvin's got a little bit of news and something he wants to say, so we're going to let him start out like he always does.
Yeah, and remember to hit the like button, share, subscribe. I think we skipped that, Dean. So, right?
That's me.
They'll do it. And comment. You already covered that. Okay, real quick. The three news items was, of course, Linderbaum signed a record deal for a center and any interior lineman so far. I'm sure it'll be broken next year by somebody else, but
Hawkeye especially.
$27 million. Well, Reed Humphreys of the Chiefs broke the record last year, and he's just older at center. He's the all-pro center, in pro football. But anyway, great news for Linderbaum. 3 years, $27 million a year. That's $81 million, and what a great young man he is. Then another thing I thought was interesting. I thought we'd talk about it a podcast or two ago, but we kept going so long. But I seen I don't know if it was CBS or ESPN, they rated Iowa's quarterback as our quarterback this year is 63rd out of 65 Division I teams. They rate the quarterback position for every team. Is my internet working good today, Dean?
Yes, it's going really good.
Good. New internet. Anyway, and some of the Iowa fans are just, that's terrible that they put us 63 out of 65 or 16th in the Big Ten or 17th in the Big Ten or whatever. And I keep telling people that's fair. Nobody's seen either one of our quarterbacks play in their whole college career except a few plays, so don't worry about it. And then my other comment on the quarterbacks was Hayden Large was on the washed up walk-ons. And I kept telling Kluver, why don't you ask him about how the offense is going to look on other people, like when he had Wet Jet on and stuff, and ask him about how the young quarterbacks are. And Kluver said, well, I should do that. So he finally asked Large, and Large just said Brown is a great quarterback and Heklinski's a great quarterback, and he just thinks that the offense is going to be great this year. So that was Hayden Large's comment. A lot of interesting stuff on that podcast if people would look it up. and then my other thing is a little speech I want to give. Won't be very long. I got fed up about a week and a half ago, and I invented a new term. It was like all these people all year, I kept thinking of Hannah's mother, because all year people's like on these internet places, podcasts, even articles. They'd say how Hannah wasn't playing good the first half of the year and all this crap. And I get tired of it. You know, here's a girl that's 1,500 points and 850 rebounds for her career and everything. And I just started, these people, they just troll, you know. They troll a lot of people. They troll Kirk Ferentz, you know. They used to troll George Barnett, and now they troll Bud Meyer. And I'm sure they're going to troll our new running back coach because he's never played running back and he's never coached running backs, you know. So I made up I was thinking when I was a kid, Dad, he'd talk about little dogs in the house yard, you know, them little ones. They'd poop in the yard and they'd look like Tootsie Rolls, you know. And he'd say, don't eat them Tootsie Rolls, you know. And I just started calling these guys trolls, you know. And I was like, well, it sounds like Tootsie Rolls. So now I call them Tootsie Rolls, you know. Yeah, these people, you know them, Dean.
Of course I do.
There's people that they don't want to ever say anything good about and then there was that Iowa guy did this funny thing about Kirk Ferentz. I shared it this morning or yesterday or something about people running down Kirk Ferentz all the time. And that guy says, yeah, he's the winningest coach of all time in the Big Ten. He's no good, you know? So I am these people that just go around and they can't say anything good about Hannah or Kylie Feuerbach. And hell, when Caitlin played, she turned the ball over too much and everything. So it's a new term. I call them Tootsie Rolls. They're like little dog shit to me.
Okay.
You know?
Well, somebody we should add into that category is that video I shared yesterday where that guy who's supposedly an expert in Iowa wrestling has Tom Brand's getting fired, and when in fact he didn't do his homework because everybody knows that late last week his job was safe and secure.
He was talking about the Hawk Central article and the warning that, you know, Brands might be done. Well, the Hawk Central article said, no, he ain't done.
Yeah.
You know, that was the point, you know, it's like.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying but he did qualify it later on in the article. He said, does he think Brand should be fired? No. Does he want Brand's fired? No.
Yeah. But anyway, he's a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. I just thought the most interesting part of the article was he was speculating that Keeter is done with Iowa wrestling. And I don't know if that's true or not, but I don't know if he'll come back to football either. He might be done athletically at Iowa.
I don't know.
But he did wrestle above his seat again for the second straight year, so who knows?
Yeah. Do you remember what Hannah's mother's name is?
Joanna.
Anyway, my Tootsie Roll speech is for you, Joanna. You know, if you ever get to listen to this, I'll put it in the headline. When I write a headline, when I share this out, I'll say, this is for you. This is for you, Mrs. Stolke. And I'll put it on the websites that I know that her mother always likes my comments on, you know, on these different websites all the time. So,
okay.
She'll hear it.
You can just send it to her directly too if you want.
Yeah. How could anybody criticize Hannah Stolke?
I don't know, but we'll get to her later when we do our year-end awards.
Maybe.
All right.
Maybe.
I was trying to find today. The USA woman won by a lot over very little against some team that begins with SEN. I have no idea because that's the only Senegal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Senegal
Alrighty.
from Africa.
Caitlin Clark in her return looked very, very good. She was finding a lot of people. She had 12 assists and 17 points. Nice double-double in her return to competitive basketball. The highlight for me is when she assisted on Angel Reese's lay-in.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice to see them getting along because, you know, what's funny, you know, and of course, Paige Becker, I don't know what she had today, but I know she had a couple points while I was watching. Mm-hmm. What is funny is to watching those girls getting along with Caitlin and loving her, and but during the year they don't like her and they want to beat her up. But Caitlin's making them all look good. She's dishing out those assists, making sure they get them, and yeah. Anyhow, we're here to discuss the men's game. Okay. As you guys know, the game started out a little slow for our Hawks, and I believe the game started to get out of hand a little bit when Maryland went on a 15-0 run. And so, that, and I did leave the game, but I think I said in our thing, something about I've seen enough, I got to leave. That's because I was getting dinged for a delivery at that time.
Yeah.
It wasn't till later when I had a chance to sneak and see the halftime score that I realized that we had come back, and then I didn't get a chance to watch the game until there was 12 minutes left in the game. And the announcer said we had just gone on a 30-0 run, and I'm looking at that and I go, 30-0 run? I mean 20-0 run. I'm going looking at that score and I'm going, really? Wow, we just kicked butt in the second half. So I went back and watched that first 12 minutes later on today, replayed through it, so I could actually see what happened. And then I had to leave it with about 7 or 8 minutes to go in the game, so I didn't know what happened until the end, what the final score was, until I looked at it later. But suffice to say, Cooper Koch is on a tear. He's on a real tear lately. Did you guys hear what the announcer said and how many 3-pointers he has shot in the last few games? It's like an ungodly amount.
He was 6 out of 7 against Nebraska, and he was similar to that today, I think. But
5 out of 8, I believe.
5 out of 8.
Yeah,
I'll take that.
okay. Alrighty. So the men, by most cases, everybody says that if there was a debate going into today, if the men, whether or not, if they were in the tournament or not, if there was a debate, that Iowa settled the debate and it's over, Iowa's in. What do you guys have to say about that? We in?
I would think so. I don't see why not. I mean, Kentucky's what, 19-12? I mean, there's a lot of teams who are less than Iowa who are going to be in the tournament, so why not?
Okay. I voiced my opinion last podcast. I said we could lose today and we'd be in easy because we're net 25, So.
Yeah. I just don't see I don't know how our net is ranked so high. I guess we play a lot of the teams that are winning.
It isn't bad to take Nebraska on the road into overtime.
Right.
And our net actually went up with that game. And when we lost to Michigan at home by 3 points, whatever, it was 3 points, our net went up after that game too. That's the way they measure it, is the competition you go up against. How did you do?
Yeah.
So they're like 9-10 versus quad 1 and quad 2.
Yeah. So we will definitely be playing Ohio State tomorrow. I think, isn't Ohio State playing a whole lot better than they were when we played them, or am I mistaken on that?
Yeah, they're kind of off and on. They'll have a bad game and then a good game, but they've been better lately.
Let's hope that they have a bad game tomorrow.
You never know.
I would love to see our Hawks get one off. I'm not worried about the Hawks playing because I know that they will play up to that level of Ohio State. And I guess you guys saw the article that I copied this morning where I've been complaining for the last 6 or 7 games that the Hawks seem to be playing to the level of their competition, which is why they were starting to rack up some unnecessary losses. And but they were competing, but they were competing at the level of like Michigan and Nebraska and hanging in there with them, and of course they beat Ohio State by double digits. So I just felt justified when Hawkeye Report came out with that and said that the key to the game is not playing down to the level of Maryland. And we at first I thought we were playing a little below Maryland's level. But in the late in the first half and then into this and continuing into the second half, Iowa flexed this muscle and did show that they could finally put a team away and beat a team that they should have beaten already once this year.
When I look at what we did this year, I just don't see us that we played to the level of the competition. It's like we played Maryland before today. We played them twice.
Mm-hmm. The first time we kicked butt.
Yeah, the first time we kicked their rear end. How's that playing to the level of their competition? And then we go to Maryland. It's a totally different thing to go and play at Penn State or at Maryland,
But you got to know, but you got to go into those games knowing that we're better than them and we're going to put the hammer on it early and we're not taking the hammer off all game.
Yeah, but basketball ain't like football.
Mm-hmm.
You can't predict. You can't predict if the ball's going to be going in the hoop today. That's why it's so much different. It's hard to predict football games.
Yeah.
But it's a hell of a lot easier to predict a football game than it is whether that round ball's going to go in the hoop from 25 feet out today.
Yeah.
Rick,
what do you think about that? My strategy theory on playing to the level of their competition.
I mean, if you're just a box score reader, it makes total sense because they lost to Penn State and Maryland. However, you watch them play, like you said, you can't control what happens. Penn State was unconscious that game, and Iowa could hit the box out of a barn.
And we also blew out Maryland.
Yeah.
So how come both games, if we play the level of competition, how come both games weren't tight?
Well, I think this because after we lost some games that we shouldn't have late in the season, I believe that Iowa's finally kicking their rear end. I mean, they played outstanding game against Michigan and Nebraska. Could have easily won them both if a couple of things had gone our way, and they brought themselves up to that level. Even coach said that that he's afraid that his team is only getting up for the good teams and not getting up for and being ready for the lesser teams. That the teams that he says he's trying not to be disrespectful, but teams that he quite frankly, honestly, his guys should be winning. Yes.
Well, I understand what he's saying there and stuff, but part of it too is psychological on the other teams. They see Iowa as a small team who's not very deep, and we're more athletic than they are. We should beat the hell out of them. So they come out hotter than shit. All of a sudden, Iowa, who's very discipline oriented, they're constantly saying it over and over, wear them out. They really do, and it frustrates those teams. You can see it.
If the other team probably looks at it realistically, Iowa's got about the worst roster in the Big Ten. We should beat them. It's like if you want to talk about coaching, who the hell did a better job of coaching in the Big Ten than Ben McCollum this year?
Did you see the halftime interview?
And it's like some of these people say the Iowa women overproduced this year. Oh, yeah. Well, if I look at the rosters in the Big Ten since Maryland lost a bunch of their good players for the whole season, Iowa, if you'd look at the number of top 100 recruits on their roster, the only roster in the Big Ten that was better than Iowa's women, it was UCLA.
Yeah.
Don't tell me USC, because that ain't true. I know recruiting. I know the roster's pretty damn good. USC didn't have Juju Watkins. If they had Juju Watkins, they might have creeped up there close to Iowa. Iowa's been recruiting very good top 100 players for the last 5 years. So if we look at it that way, did Iowa only played one team this year, UCLA, that had better talent in the women? How come we lost more than 2 games in the Big Ten? But I don't look at it that way because I know basketball's kind of a crapshoot, as I said before. But anyway, I'll shut up.
All right. Should we just go over a little bit of the stats that took place today? Come on.
Iowa won every stat except rebounding, and we always lose the rebounding. So
Yeah, let's see. Final score was 75-64. We won by 11. We shot 51% field goal percentage. That's really good, guys. 43% for those guys. 3-point shooting, 7 for 21. Us 9 for 23. We shot 39%. They shot 33. Free throws were about even. They were 13 for 21. We were 12 for 20. 62 and 60%. So neither team shot the free throws very well. We were out rebounded 34 to 25. We had 19 assists. They had 8. We had 9 steals. They had 7. They had 3 blocks. We had 1. We turned the ball over 11 times. They turned it over 16. Yeah, I was really, when the announcers first started the game and they started talking about how Maryland was turnover prone and Iowa was not, and then Iowa was starting to turn the ball over right away in the game. It's like, okay, who's the turnover prone team here?
Yeah.
Okay. We had our largest lead was 17. Theirs was 11. We led for only 45% of the game, but it was enough to win. Looking at our starters and the bench and so forth and so on. Okay, Manuel had a nice game. 10 points, 4 for 5 from the field goal range, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover. Koch, another great game. 19 points, 6 from 10 from the field goal, 5 for 8 from 3, 3 rebounds. Sturts, so he's not been shooting the ball very well lately, but he's doing enough. 17 points, 6 for 18 shooting, and 2 for 9 on threes. 6 rebounds, 8 assists, it looks like. Yeah, 8 assists and 2 turnovers. Banks, 12 points. It's nice to see him doing his thing again. 5 for 8, and then 1 for 1 on the 3-pointer. You don't really see him shooting 3-pointers much. 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 turnovers, and he did foul out of the game. 5 points for Combs, 2 for 5, and 0 for 2. 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. Fulgaris, 4 points. This is an anomaly to me, Fulgaris, because what a streaky guy this guy is. And just judging, like, he missed his only 3-point attempt, so now he won't shoot him when this guy could shoot the lights out of the 3-point. So if he doesn't make his first one, is he done shooting for the day because he's scared that he won't make any more? And
he didn't shoot a 3-pointer till right at the end of the game. It was like a fall away out of bounds 3-pointer because there was a half a second left on the clock.
Okay.
So he probably didn't leave him open very much. I'm not sure because I've seen exactly 0 of the plays live. I've seen like 3 plays in highlights after the game. That's what I've seen of it. So,
alrighty. I just don't understand what happened to this guy who was, our second leading scorer for a long time, and then all of a sudden he's just kind of disappeared into oblivion.
Players got bigger and better. Competition wise.
Yeah. Anyway, okay.
He didn't score much last game, but he really helped us with like 6 assists.
Yeah.
Or something. He's a great passer.
What was that?
Huh?
Did you guys hear like a ding dong?
No.
Okay. Alrighty. All right. Sage only had 2 minutes, 1 point though. Howard had 17 minutes with 7 points, 3 for 3, 1 for 1, rebound for 2, and assist for 3. Guy was perfect shooting for the day. It seems to me like the guy needs to shoot more today.
He sure played great defense on Mills. So.
Yeah. Then yeah. Their guys their bench people scored more points than the starters did. How about that?
I believe it.
Yeah. What do you guys think of that coach? He's just kind of strange to me, the Maryland coach. What do you guys think of him? Go ahead, Rick.
Well, in common response to what Kelvin said earlier about Ben's coaching job, if you saw the halftime interview at the end of the first half, first off, the coach of Maryland went on for like 5 minutes talking. And about a minute and a half of that was about McCollum and being such a good coach. And how all his ballyhooed, critics, he's legit. I mean, you're like, wow, this guy's really complimenting the other coach a lot. Yeah. He did. He's right.
But this guy's wearing a 3-piece business suit to the games.
Yeah.
Dude, coaches haven't done that for a long time, but I guess that's his style.
Yeah. They're gonna have a hell if they don't have anybody transfer, they're gonna have a hell of a team next year. A lot of them guys are young as playing for them, and they got a great recruiting class coming in. The thing I noticed about the coach in the press conference leading up to the game, he kept calling McCollum McClellan. He couldn't get our coach's name right. I guess, Ben, he's kind of new to Division I coaching, so no big deal.
That's funny.
Yeah, you guys will have to, if you guys see me standing up every now and then, it's because I got a little restless leg thing going on. It's kicking in early today.
If you see me putting my fingers in my eyes, it's because I'm having problems with my eyes tonight. So.
Well, hell.
Old people stuff. Old people stuff.
Well, feel better.
Yeah.
Well, guys, so what else do we want to say on the game today? I mean, because I didn't watch a lot of it. I just sped through the first 12 minutes of the second half, so I could kind of see the comeback.
I mean, Iowa played solid. I mean, they played as I expected them to play today. I haven't watched a lot of their games this year, but for the most part, they were clean, they were precise, they were crisp. They did what they're supposed to do. I mean, it was kind of boring, to be honest with you, but boring is good. If they may look simple, and for the most part, and that's good.
Yeah, I would say that McCollum's style is not Licklider style. I know that we all thought we were going to get Licklider style.
No.
But I will tell you that when McCollum's system is working and these guys are running it to a perfection, both defensive and offensively, it is like a nice, well-oiled machine.
Oh yeah, and I would love to see his offense and defense both be ran with legitimate players. Nothing guys are good, but some 4 stars, maybe a 5-star here and there. I mean, just run the hell out, destroy teams.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see.
It's gonna be awesome.
I'm anxious to see what we're going to get in the transfer portal, what he's going after, and I just feel like after somebody hears him speak, how could they turn him down? Really, between him and Tim Lester, they both when they speak, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go play for you, coach. You talk.
It's like there's this kid down to St. Louis who's one of the top 30 players in the country, and he signed with Wake Forest, but he told him he don't want to go there anymore. And he loves Ben McCollum. He come down to Iowa and Wake Forest. And he went to Wake Forest. Wake Forest had more money. And now he's wide open. But he loves Ben McCollum. He's a 6'5" shooting guard. But he ain't going to come to Iowa.
Yeah.
You said, how can they turn down Ben McCollum? It's because somebody else gives you $1.5 million.
Bidding war, I understand. Is that his name Quentin something? That one they were talking about on 3?
Quentin Coleman. There you go. Thanks for remembering that name. And he will either go to Brad Big Money Underwood at Illinois, or he'll go to Texas Tech for all that oil money, or he'll go to Kansas.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He's not a foreigner, so he's not going to go. He's not going to go to Illinois. Illinois likes all those foreigners.
Well, I don't know. They kind of like I thought he was the second best player in the Big Ten, young Wagler.
Yeah.
He was from Kansas or something, and he was being recruited by Drake and Minnesota. And then Iowa was interested in him when Ben was leaving, and then all Underwood had to do, didn't even go visit him or anything. He just called him up and said, "We want you," and he'll be in the NBA next year. But anyway.
Yeah, we got to find some money for Ben, everybody. Let's find some money for Ben and Jan.
You would, I think Jan's got good money now. You
think
know?
So? Okay.
Yes, I do. I think the Swarm has found people, and I think a certain player that we watched play in a foreign country today is stepping up a little bit. And
she helping out?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she is. And so yeah,
maybe Kate Martin is too.
And then, by the way, Jan was sitting by Wolitsko's mother last night when they were playing on TV. Wolitsko's going to play against the next Caitlin Clark in the state championship game, the next game. Do you know what her name is, Dean? She's like a 5'8" point guard, and she plays just like Caitlin. She's the number one player in her class
this year.
What?
Did they already play once this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, she's
and
really good.
Wolitsko's got the world. She had like 49 points or something against Wolitsko. Wolitsko's got the worst guards in the country playing with her. They're a bunch of ball hogs. It's like, anyway.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I was all right with the women money. We ain't got UCLA money or LSU money or anything, but
Yeah, they've just got to find a way to put more parity back into these teams. I mean, it's just like, until Iowa can get some money, I mean, look how many girls that we could have that were interested in Iowa but went elsewhere. And they went, every one of those girls who chose another school chose it because they were getting more money there than what Iowa could offer. You got to give credit to Eddie Deal for coming here because I'm sure they didn't set the world on fire with her and Velisco. Another person they got to come here. I would have thought with getting those two plus having Caitlin Clark and Gabby Marshall and Kate Martin, as your spokespersons, I would think that you can get them here.
Yeah, I think Addie Deal and Wolitsko got some pretty good money to come to Iowa, but
okay, they maybe did. Maybe they
when
did.
they interviewed Addie, they asked her, she said she fell in love with Iowa and wanted to play at Iowa and all this stuff, and her brother was in Iowa. And then they go, well, was there any money involved? And she goes, well, of course there was money involved. Like, it just, that's the way it is.
Her parents moved here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, their parents didn't move here for nothing. Yeah.
Liberty, right?
And I think Wolitsko's parents are going to move too. But
that's what I heard as well.
Anyway.
Yeah, Ava's parents moved here too, right? Ava's and Layla Hayes' parents moved here.
But the point is, Ben doesn't have any money. Please, people. I have faith that Brad is taking this seriously with Swarm. Because they ain't going to get any more revenue share than what's that $2 million. And he's got players on his own team he's got to pay. Koch, is he our only, he's the only top 100 recruit on the whole roster. I know that. Except for Trey Thompson, who's
freshman.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see Trey Thompson play next year. I really can't. But then we get to see more Jirac and more Sage. Yeah.
Howard.
And whoever else they bring in next year, got to bring in a point guard. I don't know where we're going to get it from, but I bet we get a top-notch one.
Ethan Harris is he's a top recruit that we signed this year's high school class from Washington. Got him over Gonzaga. I mean, he's another 6'8" forward wing like Koch and Trey Thompson. So anyway, I just wish Ben would have some money. So
Yep, there we go. There we go. All right, tomorrow's game against Ohio State. We beat them once earlier and by double digits this season. Like we said before, they seem to be playing a little bit better than they were. They did take down Purdue, but we also had a chance to take down Purdue, and we didn't get the job done, but Ohio State did. And I know that the second time we played them, they just blew us off on our home court. So it's like, Purdue wasn't too happy that we almost beat them the first time. And it's just like, guys, let's go show them who really runs this league.
Not Purdue.
I don't like Painter. He's a good coach, but I don't like him. There's just something about him. Just like I don't like PJ Fleck. I don't like him either.
See, that second Purdue game, there's another example of not playing to their level.
Yeah.
I'm just poking you a little bit with a stick there, Dean. But
I know it. I'm going to stick by my guns.
I think basketball. I think basketball is so unpredictable.
Yeah. Hawkeye reported it that way. I put it out there just like it was, I copy and pasted it or took a picture of it, put it there. Just so
it was written in the Bible.
Yeah. And you just and Hawkeye Report is one of your Bibles that you just love those people.
I like their inside information, but I do not like all their opinions. Because that one guy kind of has been was one of them guys that was kind of a turd on Hannah all year. He never says anything bad about Kylie, and I don't. Hell, I played against Kylie's dad in high school, and I love Kylie. But to compare the careers of Hannah and Kylie, I mean, Hannah's like way up here, and Kylie's has been a real good defensive player. That's all she's kind of been. And I love Kylie, but never criticizes Kylie, but boy, was he hard on Hannah, a lot. So, yeah, I don't go by reporters' opinions too much. I like inside information. When Kakert says Combs is going to go, last game when he said Banks isn't going to start and he'll come in late in the first half. I like that because with 5 minutes to go in the first half, he came in. That was good information,
Yep, there you go. All righty. Vandy Chris says, breaking news, Carroll outscores Ballard 14-1 over the final 347, but falls short 57-55 as the Bombers move on to the finals in Class 3A.
Ballard of Huxley.
Yep.
Carroll. Yep. Did Carroll have two teams in there? Did they have Carroll Kemper and another Carroll, or just Carroll Kemper? Or what?
Carroll and Carroll Kemper were in there. I don't know what I have not followed high school sports the way I should have in Iowa, like I used to when I still lived there. But the little town of Bellevue, for the first time in history, had two teams in the tournament. They got a Catholic school, Bellevue Marquette, and then they got regular Bellevue, and both of them made the tournament. Marquette makes it every once in a while, but Vandy says yes. Kemper is the number one seed in Class 2A. Okay, but here, Waterloo is not making the team, but this is gonna after they close West and East and make one high school, and I don't know what they're calling it.
United,
Waterloo United High School.
Yep,
they're gonna be tough. Now we're going to combine all the talents on both teams, and they're going to make some noise in the state finally. I think that's the reason why they're doing it. I think they're doing it. Waterloo's doing it because they're tired of not having their teams in.
They're doing it because they get a brand. I know why they're doing it. It's the same way they put all the Catholic schools in Cedar Rapids together. It was because they had to build a new building, and they could, a lot of these Catholic schools are not full of money, so they go together, fund a building, in Cedar Rapids now it's just Xavier, and boy do they send a lot of football players to Iowa.
Yeah.
So
they had Regis, and who else was in there? Cedar Rapids High School.
LaSalle.
Hmm?
Regis and LaSalle. Was there a
That's
third
it.
one?
Yeah, no, just
Was
those
that
two, I
your-
think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's been at Xavier for 20 years.
Regis was our rivals in all of our sports. Columbus and Regis, we were like,
Yeah.
yeah. They usually got the best of us, but not always.
Is Venami from Carroll? What the hell town was Venami from? Was that Carroll? I'm not sure.
Vandy, can you give us that answer? Do you know? Okay.
I should know, but
Yeah. Well, guys. Anyway, BTN tomorrow is the Ohio State game at 11 a.m. We're gonna win that game so we can go on and play Michigan. And Vanami is from Carroll.
I thought so.
Yep.
He was a quarterback.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay,
By
guys.
the way, Northwestern kicked Indiana's rear end in the Big Ten tournament. So.
Yeah, I saw
Cool.
that.
Who's next? Who's in the next game?
Is it Rutgers against somebody?
Maybe probably. I don't know.
Yeah. Vandy says his little brother plays for Kemper and is a standout wide receiver. Any chance we can get him to come to Iowa, or is he that good?
I talk to his dad regularly. Talked to him today. Anyway, he's got two little brothers. He's got one that ain't a prospect, and then he's got a real young one that's like 7th grade. And he's just like DJ was. DJ wasn't interested in football. It was basketball. And then he found out when he got up to high school that he was a better football prospect than ever going to be basketball. So then he switched over to football. And but he said the little brother, who's like in the 7th grade, he's like DJ's twin. And his dad said he's going to be probably the same as DJ if he works like DJ did after he got to Iowa. DJ is totally transformed since he's went to Iowa.
Well, I think we've seen that. We saw that by our very own eyes.
He still don't know how to block. But he just can't drop. He can't drop a pass. Hayden Large commented on him today in that podcast. Again, you got to listen to that thing. You know, he said DJ was just everything's easy for him. And when he got there, he said they noticed about him is he works at it. You know, even everything's easy. And he says hopefully by the end of this year, he'll be an above average blocker anyway. And he'll make a lot of money next year in the NFL draft. So,
hey, Rick, I just noticed something about you.
Me?
You are a self-proclaimed Drake fan, but you're wearing a Hawkeye hat.
Yeah, I bust out the Iowa gear for the game today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I got a pharmacy shirt on here.
Yeah, there you go.
And a pharmacy cup here.
We'll get you over to the dark. Yeah. We'll get you over to the dark side. You can root for two teams.
Yeah. As I've said elsewhere, probably not in our group chat, but in the Hawkaholics group chat, I did say that UNI is my second favorite team after Iowa, and then Drake was third, and Iowa State's at the bottom. Sorry.
Yep.
The only teams I root for other than Iowa are where ex-Hawkeyes are coaching. I root for Illinois when they're not playing Iowa in football. Always rooted for Bobby Stoops, except when he played Iowa. You know, Bill Snyder. So.
Now, I did say that Iowa State is my fourth favorite team, but I will say this, that I do root for them when they're not playing Iowa.
You should.
Yeah.
But Iowa, Iowa players from Iowa,
yeah. Guys, are you ready to go over our men's year-end awards?
All right.
Can we do the new running back coach first and get that out of the way, Dean?
Yes.
Go ahead. You lead with it.
Iowa has a new running back coach, and I was just asking the other day, we haven't got a running back coach yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh, God, his name slips my mind. The former coach.
Jay Norvell. Head
coaching experience, and was fired at Colorado State. And he's going to be our new running back coach. I do not know. I do not know much about what it takes to be a running back coach, but hopefully Jay can get the respect because I'm not so sure that our current running backs really liked the last running back coach.
We don't know.
They just kind of one of them kind of hit it in an interview. He didn't come out and say it directly. It's just the way he said it. How much they missed the one that left for the Jets and now is somewhere else. I don't know where he went.
Yeah, all Moulton said was it was different at first.
Yeah.
And then everybody, these reporters, they just run with it. They hate him and everything. So I can tell you about Jay Norvell. His dad was the athletic director at Michigan State. He had a funny name like Merritt Norvell or something like that. And then Norvell was from Wisconsin up there to Madison. Hayden drove up there in a blizzard to recruit him. And Jay Norvell was so impressed that Hayden Fry drove up there in a car in a raging blizzard and was there at 4:30 in the morning for his in-house recruiting visit. And Jay Norvell never really played at Iowa special teams until that 85 team as a senior. He was a great big safety. He's like 6'4" and weighed 225 pounds. He played safety. And I think that senior year, he picked off like 5 passes, became a grad assistant at Iowa. Then he went to, he ended up with Dan McCarney at Iowa State. He went to Oklahoma. He moved around a lot coaching, became an OC at one time.
I thought our starting safety in 1985, name slips my mind.
You're probably going to say Merton Hanks, but that's wrong.
No, that is wrong.
Bobby Stoops was in 81 and 82.
Oh, I can't think of his name now. Oh my God! Why can't
Our starting defensive backs in 1985 were Devon Mitchell and and Jay Norvell at safety. Nate Creer was one of the cornerbacks. Who was the other one? Oh, Nate Creer and Devon Mitchell were from the same high school in New York. But.
Okay. All right. Vandy says Jay Norvell was a horrible head coach at Colorado State with a question mark. That Jay Norvell with a question mark. I'm not sure that's going to work out too well.
Well, Vandy, Jay Norvell's a great coach. That's how he got a head coaching job.
Yeah.
He did great at Nevada. He should have stayed there because Colorado State was a shipwreck. They're a shipwreck of a athletic director, and he just came into a bad thing. Jay Norvell's proven himself at every stop he's been. Bobby Stoops wouldn't have had him on the staff if he wasn't good. Dan McCarney, he was like Dan McCarney's right-hand man at Iowa State, But yeah, don't judge a guy for being at a bad place for 2 years or 3,
Alrighty. T. Hink says, Kelvin, Iowa is a lock. You already knew that. You've saying that.
Vandy I knew that a week ago.
Yeah. Merton Hanks. Vandy says Merton Hanks, that dude had a neck that was 7 miles long.
Gooseneck.
Yeah.
Merton Hanks.
Merton Hanks was on the 1990 Rose Bowl team. And then he's another guy that set a record in the NFL. He got, in about 1995 or 6, he got the record pay as a safety for the San Francisco 49ers. So he's another Hawkeye that set a record at the time. It was only like $3.5 million a year back then, but
yeah. All right. Boy says Mike Stoops with question marks about 1985. Vandy Chris says Bobby Stoops didn't he also have Chuck Long as an assistant offensive coordinator? I thought he was the offensive coordinator. Ink says, let's talk hoops.
Long went to Oklahoma because he didn't get along with Kirk Ferentz very good because he wanted to run the program, and Ferentz is, there's a line of command in the Army, and there's a line of command at Iowa. Your head coach is your boss. So Chuck went down to Bobby Stoops, and the first year he was there, Mike Leach was the offensive coordinator. They won the national championship, and Chuck Long was the quarterback coach. And then when Leach left, Chuck Long became the offensive coordinator at Oklahoma.
All righty. Now we're going to move into our year-end awards for men's basketball. Okay, this one's going to be easy. MVP, Sturts.
Oh, I agree.
Who else would there be?
Yeah. Biggest surprise, I got Urok.
Biggest surprise?
Biggest surprise.
Surprise.
Because he's the tallest, or what?
Who surprised you on the Iowa men's basketball team was better than you thought?
Yeah, I mean, the point is, the guys are going to be hard to do, honestly.
No, we can come up with somebody. You think, and I'll give you one. Biggest surprise, I'll say Tate Sage.
Yeah.
He was some guy that was a nobody in recruiting. He's a pretty good freshman.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just throw out a name, kid.
I don't know shit, man.
Maybe Sturts surprised you that he was. Oh, you're a Drake fan. You knew.
Yeah, no, he didn't surprise me at all. I watched enough of him last year to see.
Yeah.
He's smooth. Yeah. Biggest surprise. You know what? I'm gonna give Cam the nod there. He did a good job this year.
I love him.
Being undersized, he did a really good job.
Yeah. The reason why I took Jurok is just because he is a freshman, and what little minutes he got this year, I just love what he could do, and it just felt like if he could have just got more minutes, he could have done more. Okay. Your tough man grit award, guy who's,
Tavian Banks.
I would say Mr. Plantar Fasciitis.
Yeah, Tavian Banks. He's a warrior. Undersized battles.
Yep, that was my pick too. 6th player award. Isaiah Howard.
That's who I'm going with.
Yeah, he probably did. Yeah.
Okay, that's so easy. Most improved. This is kind of hard to judge.
Well, it's Koch.
I was going to say. Is it hard, really?
The only one we had last year. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got Koch down, but that was going to justify why I picked him. And he's improved at the end of the season, so that kind of makes it
improved also.
Yeah. Okay. Your defensive specialist this year. I got mine. I'm going to wait. I want you guys to say yours.
We got a lot of good defensive players.
Specialist, you're saying? All he does is play defense.
I think Combs is a great defensive player, but I'm going with Sturts. Anybody that shut down Sanford like he did in that game, I'll go with Sturts.
And Tavian did good too. As did Howard. They all did really well.
As did Manyow.
Yeah,
Manyow will jump out there and guard a point guard at 6'9". It's like,
yes, he will.
Anyway.
He's nimble on his feet.
I went with Isaiah Howard.
That's
I thought I just thought he didn't do a whole lot, but his defense was just superb, I thought.
Yeah.
Bench cheerleader. This is hard because we didn't really see this like you see it on the women. But I picked the one guy I picked was Hewson. Just because because he was cheering his team on a lot, and in interviews, all he did was pump up the boys.
Good for him.
My favorite cheerleader, I told you before we went on, is Ben McCollum. So
yeah,
I have no idea.
Okay, team leader.
The bench, I have no idea.
Team leader, the guy who keeps the guys doing what they're supposed to do. Easily Sturts.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All righty. Newcomer. This one was hard because they're all new.
Except Koch.
Except for Koch and Cook.
Yeah. Well, the newcomer of the year is obviously Sturz. I mean,
Yeah, but
yeah. How about the best freshman?
I went with Sage, the best freshman on the team.
He's probably,
he played way more than any other freshman.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's all the categories I've got for the men.
Okay.
I was going to try to think up some more, but this was hard enough to come up with these. All right.
Good.
Okay. All righty. Guys, you guys that are watching at home, you can on your phones or on your laptops or whatever, you guys can put yours in here as we go. We're going to do the women next.
All right.
Some of this, I think I'm expecting a little bit of mix up here. Not as easy as the men, I guess, was. MVP, guys, MVP for the women's team.
Good luck.
That's hard. That is really hard.
It is.
I know who the most consistent player was, but I guess you guys, do you want me to pick first or you guys pick first?
Feel free.
Doesn't matter.
Well, I'm gonna go with the first team All Big Ten player, Ava. I guess.
Yeah.
I hated when she got in foul trouble, but
Chit Chat is almost her equal.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Okay, I need to explain before we go on. I want to read this from Hack. Hey, Dean, how many minutes into tomorrow's game will you make it before you quit? Okay. I quit today's game.
He canceled the podcast on us, people.
No, I didn't quit on the team or the game or anything. I am now
watching it, damn it. We're doing it.
I didn't even swear or anything like that. But
no, Kelvin did.
I am now a DoorDasher, and I was watching it on my tablet in my car using McDonald's Wi-Fi, sitting in my car, watching it. But I had a DoorDash order come up, and that's when said I don't remember my exact words. I think I said something about I had enough. I'm not gonna watch again or something.
You said you're shutting it off, but the thing that got me was you go, if we lose this game, we're not having a podcast tonight.
Well, I just didn't see a reason to. I just didn't see a reason to.
And I go, oh, yes, we are.
Yes.
I said, we got the men's game to talk about because I'm a Hawkeye fan.
Yeah.
And I said, then we got the women, all these awards that you had scheduled to pick. And I said, I got news and stuff.
Yeah.
And I just said, yes, we are,
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Alrighty. But anyway, I won't be watching tomorrow's game either. For the same reason, I'll be door dashing. I might catch a glimpse here and there, but I also have a doctor's appointment in there at the beginning of the game too. So, the urologist appointment. We need to check on my prostate.
I get to actually watch it. I'm so thrilled.
Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. So I just wanted to answer Hack's question there. Hack, I hope you're feeling better, by the way, buddy. We prayed for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're going to the women's awards.
Yep. MVP, Ava.
That's who I went with.
Yeah. Biggest surprise on the team this year. Who surprised you, Calvin? I think I know your answer. I want to see if we're the same.
Well, it's obviously Journey Houston. I'm a lot of them surprised me that they were actually better than they progressed from last year, but it's Journey Houston. I thought she'd play 2 minutes a game as like the ninth person,
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's my pick too.
Yeah.
Rick, what do you fit? Same thing?
Oh, it's totally Journey.
Okay.
I mean, there's
6th player of the year.
Journey.
And
she's newcomer of the year too.
This is tough. Shit.
Of course, we could pick newcomer. No, we aren't going to pick her as a newcomer. I guess you could pick Chit Chat or.
Yeah. There you go. Chit Chat newcomer of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
You go down the list, Dean.
Yeah, I'll go scan the list. We'll come to the newcomer when we come.
Mm,
By the way,
yeah.
Chit Chat's not on my list.
Hmm.
Defensive player of the year. Do we need to do that one?
There's only
Kylie?
two. There's only two major players. There's one person that's the most consistent defensive player, and then there's the one that does a lot of work on the outside. It's Kylie. It's either Hannah or Kylie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'll give it to
I
Kylie.
went with Kylie on this one.
I think Hannah deserves it, but
Okay, that's
everybody's
fine.
going to pick Kylie because she was on the Big Ten defensive team. But
Okay. The bench cheerleader is, in my opinion, Callie.
mine is Stremlow. She's like the coach off the bench. I know she started the last 16 games, but
Mhm.
she's the gal that when she's cheering on the bench, she's cheering and talking to players.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't just yelling and off into some other direction. But
But if you
mine's
watch,
something.
well, Gannett, when Callie's on the bench, she's cheering harder than anybody for his team. But
I know she is.
But the other thing too is when she's in the game, she takes a leadership role out there. She's telling the girls what to do. Okay. Boy says most improved for him is Taylor Stremlow. And his defensive award is Kylie Feuerbach too. Okay. His MVP is Hannah, by the way. I forgot to put that on there.
Back to your cheerleader one. Here's a story. They were playing Illinois, right? When Illinois went crazy and shot 10 for 10 from 3.
Yes.
There was a stretch or part there with about a minute and a half left in the game where the game was being played. And at the end of the bench, you had Layla, Addie, and Levine were dancing in front of Rodriguez, Jada, and whoever. Like they're practicing a dance. And the game was going on. Like, what the hell are you doing? They're still playing. But they were practicing their cheers, though.
My point about Callie is a lot of times when she's cheering, she's looking over at the crowd and going and she's kind of a loose wire, to me. She's looking over at the crowd and yelling with her arms up. And I like Stremlow is like a coach. Stremlow's like a coach on the bench. And she's focused on the team and telling them great job, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Callie's great. Don't get me wrong.
Rick, what'd you say?
I don't know.
You don't remember what you just said?
I mean,
we said that they were dancing and not really
they're
paying
practicing
attention
dances
to the
and their
game.
cheers stuff. Actually practicing cheers at the end of the bench while the game was being played. I've never seen that before.
Okay. Okay. Coach Hack says Stremlow gets all the awards for him. All right. Boy says cheerleader is Jan. All righty. Okay. Team leadership. I gave this to two people. I gave it to McCabe and Hannah.
Mine's Stremlow. She's the coach on the. Lisa Bluter gave her a great comment, a great kudos. She said to Stremlow before the last game, who you remind me of? And Stremlow thought that she was going to call her the glue, like Kate Martin. And she goes, no, you're just like Sam Logic was.
Yeah, I saw that too.
And she is. Sam Logic was the toughest competitor, coach on the floor. So I'm going with Stremlow.
Okay. Stremlow's having a great year. All right. Newcomer of the year. You guys have already said who you like.
Did you pick anybody?
Oh, did you pick anybody?
No.
Okay.
I pick Hayden. If I'm gonna follow one person that team as a leader, I'm following her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All righty. Newcomer of the year. You guys both, I believe, picked Chit Chat earlier before we even got to it. I picked Daddy Deal.
I said Journey at first, and then I go, oh shit, Chit Chats. Chit Chat is like one of the best players on the team, and she's a newcomer.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I could understand picking Chit Chat.
Mhm.
I just went with Addie Deal. I don't know why I didn't pick Chit Chat. Maybe they should be co-newcomers of the year.
I just
Or
find
I can go newcomer of the year and then freshman of the year.
Yeah.
So we'll put Addie. No, because Journey would win the freshman of the year too.
because you were complaining last podcast that they didn't pick Journey as on the all freshman team, and it shouldn't have been Addie, so that wouldn't make much sense. But
No, you're right. You're right. Okay. Most improved. For me is Strimlow.
Yeah.
this one,
Well,
when I think
hold on.
about it, if she wouldn't have got hurt, McCabe was so much better at ball handling. She was a terrible defensive player, you know. And this year she came out there and she was a good ball handler. Now she was a great defensive player, but I don't know if I can pick her because she got hurt. You know, Stremlo is so improved over last year. Who'd you pick, Dean?
I picked Strimlow.
Okay. Then Ava Hayden wasn't any good at all last year until the last 2 weeks of the season. And she's
Correct.
first team All Big Ten.
But wasn't she the most improved as far as points scored this year of anybody in the Power Four?
Anybody in college basketball.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
Isn't it great that we have so many good candidates for this award?
We probably could have put on a lot of these. We probably could have put award winners.
Yeah, because I didn't want to not pick Kylie for defensive player, but I just think that Hannah was the best every play defensive player on the team.
I think Hannah individually is the best. However, Kylie, she helps those guards so much. Let's face it, our guards for a while they were misfits.
Kylie has a harder, I was going to say she has a harder job because she's got to follow around Britt Prince,
right?
You know, and Jelani Cambridge. But then I think, God dang it, Stolke's mom's going to be pissed at you, Calvin. You know, because Stolke is shorter than most of the girls she guards.
Yeah.
She did such a great job. But what's the Audie Crooks? She's the only girl on our team that can guard Audie Crooks.
She knows how to do it. Yeah.
Well, she fronts her, and she can jump so high. She jumps up and bats the ball away. You know, but
did you guys see the FIBA World Cup last year with the college players against the world?
I did not.
They played Brazil in the championship game. Hannah shut down. Who's the big girl from South Carolina who now plays in Chicago?
Yeah, Cardoza.
Shut her down. I mean, she blocked her shot, stole the ball at 7 points, 5 rebounds. It was crazy.
Hannah did a great job as a freshman in that upset. Yeah. We got in foul trouble, you know. Shizano and O'Grady. O'Grady had to come in because Hannah and Shizano got in foul trouble, and O'Grady did a great job on her too. But
Hannah was the best player against UConn in that Final Four game by far on both teams.
Okay, so final award for the women, my grit award.
That's Hannah. You know, we got a lot of gritty players. Kylie's gritty. Chit Chat's gritty. Ava's tougher than hell.
Yeah.
But
what a great team we have. Taylor Stremlo. I wouldn't want to arm wrestle Taylor.
Yeah. Well, here's the deal with Hannah is she's tough as cookies. She's tough as nails. They keep beating the crap out of her, and she keeps coming back for more.
And she's been tough. You know, her sophomore year, Caitlin's senior year, she hurt her knee in that football stadium game, and she played with a bad knee all season.
Yep.
You know, but playing injured ain't a first time deal for Hannah. You know, I love Hannah.
Okay. Well, that's all I got on the women's awards. So unless you guys can think of some other stuff we should give out. Or maybe we should have waited until Kyle can share his.
Yeah.
Maybe we were wrong for going for it tonight.
Yeah.
I have one for you.
Go.
Who has
ahead.
the most potential in the future? That's not Ava or Chit Chat.
Eddie Deal. Eddie Deal.
I was laughing. I was going to say she ain't here yet. Her name's Volitska.
Let's go. Yeah.
I watched her play last night. You talk about she's like Kevin McHale with athletic ability. It's ridiculous. But
Yeah, she is good. I saw her play.
Patty Deal is such a great shooter. You know,
Addie's a good ball handler too. I mean, she really is. She pops that ball off the court when she dribbles. She really snaps it. She's not no feathery dribbler. You know, she actually she pops it and snaps at things. I mean, her passes are crisp for the most part. So she's got a good game at her. It's just will she get there?
you know, I'm excited about the women's team.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited after talking about all them young players on the men's team that are going to be way better next year. I'm excited. I know Bennett Sturts is gone, but I'm excited. We got freaking Ben McCollum, you know.
I'm looking forward to Iowa's football team next year as far as offense goes. I want to see.
You are looking forward to what now?
Iowa's offense next year in football.
Me
I
too.
want to see how they do. I mean, let's face it, there's a stretch there where I turned it off when the offense was on the field and came back 5 minutes later.
It was so interesting. Did either one of you guys listen to that Hayden Large walk-on podcast that I shared?
I haven't had time to listen to any podcast this week.
It was so exciting when he started talking about the offense. They asked him about the offense. He says, "Oh hell, our offensive line's going to be great." He said, "Peeper." He said, you know, Logan Jones like set a record for center running the 40 and 4.91, and he said, "Hell, Peeper's fast beats Logan Jones all the time running." You know, and then when they got to quarterback, he said, "Hank Brown is like a pro NFL passer." He said he's tall, and he said he's fast. He just can't change direction, you know. And then he said Heklinski is like this jitterbug type guy, and he said he's like a gunslinger, and he's got a good arm too. But he said they're totally different. He said they're totally different players. He said whichever one wins the job, Lester's going to have a different offense for each one. You know, so I'm just really excited. Vanderzee and Vanami healthy, I hope. You know, and I always call him Watson. What's the name of the big wide receiver who made a couple great catches from Kansas?
Vanderzee.
What?
Vanderzee?
No, I already said Vanderzee.
Okay.
Oh,
Watson. He's like
his name ain't Watson. His name ain't Watson. I called him Watson when I did the wide receiver thing. And Dean started making fun of me. And then Dean came up with the right name.
And now I can't think of it.
Howard. Dayton Howard.
Yeah, Dayton Howard.
So it is a D word.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, Dayton Howard. You know. And then Bowie is a really good wide receiver. He was injured all year. I hope they gave him a medical year so he gets another year. Those are 3 great big wide receivers. You know, and then you got these transfer wide receivers coming in, and I know Xavier Simpson, the true freshman wide receiver, is going to be good. You know, so I'm excited too, young man. Can you tell? You know.
Yeah.
So.
Well, guys, I think this is a good place to end the show tonight. Everybody watch Ohio State tomorrow morning, 11 a.m. Central. Again, it'll be 9 a.m. my time, but I'll be at the doctor's office, so again, I won't see the game.
Good luck with that.
What's that?
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
And everybody, don't be a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. Tootsie Roll. See the beginning of the podcast if you want to know what that means.
It's a dog crap troll, a Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Leave a comment. Share it all over the internet. Okay. Get it out there to the mother podcasters. Get it out there to some media members.
Oh,
let's see if we can get them to get on board. What's that?
We didn't talk women's national team at all.
Oh, the Caitlin Clark. We skipped that.
Yeah.
Well, I did say that Caitlin.
17 points, 12 assists. Did she play 18, 19 minutes?
19 19 minutes.
19? Yeah, that's ridiculous.
She was a plus 35 in 19 minutes.
Okay. So, all right. How much did Angel Reese play? How much did Paige Beckers play?
And they all played about the same.
And did Becker score a lot?
She had 8 or 9.
Okay.
Reese had foul problems.
Did she? I know I saw her foul back to back on possession.
Ryan Howard's 21 off of threes.
She couldn't miss it. And she's not that if I went and checked her NBA statistics, she's not that great a 3-point shooter.
Yeah, I caught the interview afterwards, and she was saying Caitlin was kept her right in her perfect spot every time.
Yeah.
No movement, just caught and shoot every time.
Yeah, and Kelsey Plum missed a couple shots, or Caitlin would have had 2 more assists.
They were dropping her passes again. You see that shit?
Yeah.
They can't handle her passes.
Yep.
Just like Favor used to drop the passes. Now give credit to Gabby and Kate and Hannah who can handle her passes.
Yeah, you ask about minutes. Every player played about that 18, 19 minutes.
Okay.
Caitlin set out every 5 minutes, Caitlin would come in.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
They split them up that way.
And that's probably going to change too, because Chelsea Gray is hobbled. She looks slow out there, having problems breaking the press and stuff.
And Aaliyah Boston not playing? She get hurt?
Yes, she's hurt.
Okay.
It's not nothing serious, but it's probably going to keep her out. Might be the whole tournament. So
yeah.
Okay, so she'll be back. So she'll be okay for the season if they have one.
What bothered me was Caitlin was the only one that ran the offense perfect.
Yeah.
She always, there was times where she could have took a shot, but no, she had a gal that had a better shot and she passed it to him.
Yeah. That's the way she's always been, though. That's always
she had
been
12 assists, and that was 3 assists, 2 assists, 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As much as she liked hitting 3-point shots, she loves setting the other person up for a good shot. She appreciated a good pass.
Yeah. And I love Paige Beckers, but she didn't do that. There were times where Caitlin was wide open and Paige did not throw her the ball for a 3-pointer. She'd try some other pass, and I thought, Paige, God damn it. Play point guard like Caitlin does.
Yeah.
Well, I'm serious.
When the Fever play Dallas, they'll eat Paige up. She'll eat Paige up.
You caught me. What a memory came up this week, right, on my Facebook, and it was me describing Caitlin as a combination of downtown Freddie Brown, Pete Maravich, and Magic Johnson. And Dean was smart enough that he looked at the date that I wrote that, and it was her freshman year. And you go, oh my God, Kelvin, you wrote that in March of 2021. She was a freshman, and then I put underneath there, I should add Larry Bird, because that's what Caitlin is. She just is a team player like Magic and Larry Bird was.
She's a little Steve Nash.
Yeah.
She keeps the dribble going, which is smart, because a lot of girls pick the dribble up and they go, oh shit, what are you doing? You're trapped now.
Yeah, but I picked the 2 players, Magic and Larry. These were guys that could also get you 10 rebounds.
Yeah. Along
with their 20 points and 12 assists.
Don't forget that I think during the playoff run, the Lakers used Magic as a center when Abdul
when
Jabbar couldn't play.
that was the greatest thing I ever seen in sports at that time.
Yeah.
Because he was a rookie. Kareem couldn't play. 6th game at Philadelphia against Daryl Dawkins and Dr. J. And do you know that Magic had 42 points and 19 rebounds and 12 assists as a center?
Yeah.
You know, that was ridiculous.
And the tallest point guard ever.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we really do got to get going on this one.
We might be on tomorrow night with another victory.
We might. We'll see how it goes.
Or even if we lose.
Even if we lost, yes.
Because we're freaking Hawkeye fans, by God.
Yeah. So we just
We're
gonna
not
keep it up.
Tootsie Rolls. We're not Tootsie Rolls.
There we go. All right, guys. I appreciate you guys coming on and contributing tonight. Fans, I appreciate you coming on here and contributing. Don't forget to share this out with everybody, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And have a good day, and go Hawks. Take down the Buckeyes tomorrow.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.